afternoon. My name is Chere Trigg. I am one of the shareholders of the law firm Siegfried Rivera. I have extensive experience representing community associations, specifically condominium and homeowner associations, on transactional issues. Primarily, I focus on reviewing and negotiating association agreements, issuing opinions regarding the association's governing documents, assisting with association meetings, including the preparation of documents for meetings, and the enforcement of an association's restrictive covenants. Thank you for taking time to review this presentation on Florida board member certification requirements for directors of community associations. Today, I am going to highlight statutory certification requirements for directors of community associations. Specifically, under Florida law, all newly elected or appointed directors for residential condominiums, homeowners associations, and cooperative associations are required to either submit a certification form to the governing association or a certificate confirming that the director has completed an education course approved by the Division of Florida Condominiums, Timeshares, and Mobile Homes. These statutory requirements are set forth for condominiums in the Condominium Act under Section 718(1)12. For community associations, which is homeowners associations, they're regulated under the Homeowners Associations Act, which is set forth in Section 720(3033) Florida statutes, and under the Cooperative Act under Section 719(106) Florida statutes. Since the director certification requirements are identical for these three types of community associations, this presentation will collectively discuss the procedures required for directors on boards for residential condominiums, homeowners associations, and cooperative associations. Because the directors serve as representatives of governing associations, it is important for directors to know and understand the regulations that apply to their communities. Therefore, under Florida law, within 90 days of being elected or appointed to a board of directors, directors must complete state-mandated certification requirements. The statute provides two options for directors to comply with the state's board member certification requirements. The first option is by signing a form certifying in writing to the association that the director has read the association's governing documents, which consist of the association's declaration, articles of incorporation, bylaws, current rules and regulations, and the proprietary lease for cooperative associations. Directors must also certify that they will work to uphold the governing documents and policies to the best of the director's ability, and that the director will faithfully discharge their fiduciary responsibility to the members of the association. Alternatively, directors may comply with the certification requirement by submitting a certificate showing that the director has completed an education course administered by a division-approved educational provider. Directors must complete the education course either 1 year before being elected or appointed to the board, or within 90 days after the director is elected or appointed to the board. Therefore, the educational courses are available to owners in the community who may look to seek obtaining a seat on the board prior to an election or a board appointment. So owners can, in fact, take the educational course, and if the course is completed, that certificate is valid for 1 year prior to the date the director is subsequently or may be subsequently appointed or elected to the board. The written certificates are valid, and directors do not have to continue to resubmit the certificates as long as a director serves on the board without interruption. However, if there is a gap in the director's service on the board, the existing certification form on file with the association or the existing certificate on file with the association is no longer valid for future elections or appointments of the same individual. Therefore, if a director is elected or appointed to the board again after the gap in service, the director must complete a new certification form for the association's files or complete a division-approved certification course if it's beyond the 1 year requirement. Directors who fail to timely file the written certification forms or educational certificates with the associations are automatically suspended from service on the board until the director complies with the statutory requirement. The board may temporarily fill the vacancy during the period of time when a director has been suspended for failure to comply with the certification requirements. The certification certificates and certification forms are submitted to the governing associations as part of the association's official records. Associations are required to retain the written certifications and educational certificates for inspection by members of the community for a period of 5 years, and that 5 years is calculated after a director's election or appointment, or for the duration of the director's uninterrupted service on the board, whichever is longer. The certification forms and education certificates are part of the association's official records, which means these documents are available for members to inspect and copy upon written request to the association. Also, for condominiums containing 150 or more units, they're also required to post the written certifications and education certificates for their directors on the association's website in order to comply with the website requirement for condominiums. It is also important to note that an association's failure to have written certification forms on file for directors does not affect the validity of any board action taken by the association. Therefore, board votes on association matters are still valid and enforceable, even if a director who has not completed the certification requirement remains on the board and participates in that board decision. This concludes our presentation on the certification requirements for directors. We encourage all directors to register for one of the complimentary certification courses, which are offered by this firm several times throughout the year. While attendance to a certification course is not required, these courses provide vital information to assist directors with understanding the operation of community associations and the fiduciary duty directors and officers owe to the governing association. You can obtain registration information regarding upcoming certification courses on our firm's website at siegfriedrivera.com, or you can contact our office via phone or email pursuant to the information that's posted on your screen.